All right, let's dive right in. When you see one of those super long strings of letters and numbers, a crypto wallet address, what do you actually see? Probably just noise, right? A jumble of code. But today, we're going to look at it a whole different way. We're going to see those addresses not as code, but as clues. Clues to the digital cities they belong to. So let's just start with this one simple question. What if that whole mess of characters wasn't random at all? What if it was really a street address in a huge, sprawling digital metropolis? See, that's the big idea for today. Every blockchain has built its own unique city, and its wallet addresses, well, they're the key to understanding its architecture, its history, and even its core philosophy. Our first stop on this tour is the original digital city, the one that kicked this whole thing off. Bitcoin. I want you to think of it like Rome or Athens, an ancient city that's grown and changed over a long, long time, with new layers constantly being built right on top of the old ones. Now, you might look at Bitcoin and notice there are a few different address formats, which, yeah, it can seem a little confusing at first. But that's not a bug, it's actually a feature. It's the city's history being written right in front of us. See, Bitcoin never just tore everything down to start over. It improved itself, district by district, one block at a time. And this slide really shows you that evolution in action. The original legacy addresses, the ones starting with a 1, they're kind of like the old city center. Then came the SegWit addresses, starting with a 3. Think of that as a newer, more efficient district. And today we have native SegWit, which starts with BC1. That's the most modern part of the city, designed for much lower fees. Each one is literally a new chapter in Bitcoin's story. Okay, let's move on to our next stop, because this one builds a totally different kind of city. We're now entering Ethereum, and it feels less like an ancient, evolving city and much more like a modern, meticulously planned, smart city, built from the ground up with a really clear vision from day one. The very first thing you'll notice in Ethereum is the consistency. I mean, every single address, doesn't matter if it's for a person's wallet, an app, or a smart contract, it follows the exact same format. It starts with 0x. This is the universal blueprint for the entire city. And having this universal blueprint, well, it creates this incredible environment where everything just works together seamlessly. Because every building in the city follows the same plan, apps can talk to each other, smart contracts can communicate, and all the digital assets can move around without any friction. It's simple, it's consistent, and it is incredibly effective. All right, you might want to buckle up, because our third city is built for one thing above everything else: pure, unadulterated speed. Welcome to Solana, the high-speed, futuristic megacity of the blockchain world. Now, at first glance, a Solana address can be kind of intimidating. There's no friendly 0x or BC1 to give you a hint. It's just a long, what looks like a totally random string of characters. And you know what? It doesn't look user-friendly, because user-friendliness wasn't priority number one. Performance was. Think of it like this. Imagine a city where the trains move at the speed of light, getting you anywhere instantly. The trade-off, the subway map, might look impossibly complex to a first-time visitor. That's Solana. It prioritized transaction speed and insane scalability over making its addresses easy to look at. It's a city built for stuff like high-frequency trading and gaming, where every single millisecond counts. Okay, our final destination is a city that was built with a very different kind of timeline in mind. We're now exploring Red Shield, a metropolis designed not just for today or even for next year, but for the challenges of the next 50 years. Kind of like Solana, a Red Shield address might just look like a simple string of letters and numbers. But you can't let that fool you. Because underneath that simple facade is a profoundly complex and incredibly robust security architecture. It's like a city where every building looks perfectly normal on the outside, but is secretly a fortress on the inside. And this is why we're calling it the future-proof city. The people who designed Red Shield weren't just thinking about today's hackers, they were thinking about tomorrow's threats, specifically the existential threat of quantum computing, which one day could potentially break the encryption that secures almost every other blockchain. Red Shield is building its foundations to be quantum resistant from day one. It is playing the long game. So after our grand tour of these 4 very different digital metropolises, you're probably asking the obvious question, right? Which one is the winner? Which city is the absolute best place to be? But the truth is, there is no single winner. It's all about choosing the right city for the right job. If you want something with a long history of being proven and trusted, like digital gold, you go to Bitcoin. If you need a universal platform for smart contracts, you build an Ethereum. For blazing fast, high-performance applications, Solana is your megacity. And if your number one concern is long-term, future-proof security, you look to Redshield. So the key takeaway here, the one thing to remember from all of this, is that every address tells a story. It's a little window into the soul of the blockchain. Bitcoin's address tells a story of careful, steady evolution. Ethereum's tells a story of universal connection. Solana's a story of relentless speed. And Redshield's tells a story of preparing for a future that isn't even here yet. So the next time you copy and paste a wallet address, just pause for a second. Don't just see the random characters. Try to see the city behind it, see the history, see the design, the philosophy, and the future that it represents. Because in this new digital world, every single address has a home.